What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Kid Taj, and today I'm going to be doing another prediction video. I did two already that were my Eastern and Western Conference prediction videos that are my two best videos by far on this channel. One has like 750 views right now, the other has about 320 or something like that. So those are doing really well. So I thought, hey, I'd do some more of those, and because, you know, they're obviously doing well in the community, people are watching them. So let's get into this. The title of this video, I'm talking about the MVP. Who's going to win MVP next season in the NBA? And I've got a couple of ideas for this one. I'm going to do a top 5 list because it's always more fun that way. I have 7 minutes and I want to use them on talking about this because I feel like a lot of different things could happen next season. There's a lot of different ways it could play out. That's what's so great about the NBA. The parity, obviously with KD coming to the Warriors, there's less parity because we know they're going to be really good, but the NBA is always fun just to see which teams are really good and really bad, and which guys stand out, which guys fall, and, you know, we're going to see a lot of that next season. So, let's get into this. Number 5, the 5th, who I think is going to finish 5th in the MVP voting next season. I'm going with Paul George. Paul George is one of those guys that has always been just an amazing, super talented player. I mean, this guy has so much going on. He's got the shot, he's got the handles, the defense. He gets 8 rebounds a game to go along with it. He can score from anywhere on the court. He is so dangerous from a defensive standpoint. I mean, this guy, you have to keep at least one guy on him at all times. You can't let him roam free. You can't give him space to work, or else he will burn any team that tries to lock him up. I mean, he is so good at just putting points on the board. You know he's going to do that. He's so smooth, consistent. He does it all, offense, defense, and he is going to be huge for his team next year. He's going to be even better than last year, I think. He is just getting into his prime, and he is something to watch, and he will be for the next few years to come. And the Pacers have a shot to be better this year, better than they've ever been, and I actually put them at 6th in my Eastern Conference predictions. But if Paul George has a season where he averages 27 a game and this team really flows well together and pieces fit, they have potential to be in that 2nd seed. They really could. So I have Paul George at 5, and with number 4, I'm going to go with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard was runner-up to MVP last year. Somehow he got more votes than LeBron James. It was pretty crazy. The Spurs, they won, I think, 65 games last year. They were a great team, and they were so overlooked due to the Golden State Warriors breaking the 96 Bulls record of 72 wins in a season. They got 73, and the Spurs were so good, probably good enough to be a 1 seed in any other year, but this year they just got a little unlucky, and they had to be the 2 seed, which, you know, inevitably led to them losing to the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know, they wouldn't have had to go against the Thunder if they were in that 1 seed, but it was just their luck that year. But Kawhi Leonard was such a big part of leading them to that spot. He was the best player on both sides of the floor for them. He has really developed into a superstar. He's an absolute monster on both ends, and this guy just gets it done. At number 3, this was a little bit tricky for me, but I'm going to go with Kevin Durant. Durant, we know that his numbers are not going to look the same as they did last year. But I think they're going to look damn near the same, because if you ask me, Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer in the NBA. I know Curry averaged more points last season. I know Harden averaged more points as well. But no one can score at sheer will like Kevin Durant can. It's just so easy. I mean, the guy does not need space, and he's taller than everybody on the court, basically, so he can shoot over anyone. He's got a quick release. He can hit shots from anywhere on the floor. He gets to the foul line. He is the complete scorer. I mean, if there's one thing this guy's better than anyone else, it's putting the ball in the basket, and you know he's going to put up the numbers next year, and you also know his team is going to put up the numbers, and they're going to get a lot of wins. That's the formula for winning the MVP. You got to be a great player on a great team, and Kevin Durant is going to be that for sure. Now, the reason why he's only at number 3 and not at 1 or 2 is because of how stacked that team is. Their expectations are already so high that it will be hard to give him the MVP if LeBron puts up like 28 a game and wins 60 games again. Like, that's going to be a hard thing to do. So, I think he's going to get some points docked for that just because... I mean, also, his stats aren't going to be exactly the same. They're going to be a little worse, but they're going to win a lot of games. But I don't think he's going to win because the expectations are already so high. If he just has an amazing year, then he'll probably win it. But I'm not sure how amazing he'll have to be to get that award. So, we're coming down to number 2 and 1. And at number 2, I'm going with OKC guard Russell Westbrook. Everybody is expecting big things from Russell Westbrook next season. He is the most intense and explosive player in the NBA. He plays with fire and anger, and you know that's going to translate to putting up big numbers and sacrificing his body for his team's sake to win games. He is going to be on fire next year, I think. His stats are going to be off the charts. The only problem with this is that he needs to win a ton of games. The team needs to be good, and I predicted them being 10th in the West, which is not good enough to make the playoffs. But do not underestimate the power of Russell Westbrook, because what this guy can do when he puts his mind to it, no other player can do. The triple doubles just come rolling in. I mean, he is just inhumane sometimes, and if he can power his team to exceed anywhere from 1 to, I think, 6, and then he can win the MVP award, because if he puts up numbers like 30 points and 9 assists and 9 rebounds or something like that, they'll have to give it to him if he's in a good enough playoff spot. At number 1, this is actually hard, but I think this is the unquestioned number 1, is LeBron James to win MVP. I think he's going to win his 5th MVP next year. Yes, LeBron, if you think about it, he does it all. He's a stat sheet stuffer. He wins games. The only knock on LeBron is that he doesn't really try as hard in the regular season. His team never wins as much as they do in the postseason in the regular season. That's mostly just because he is kind of scaling it back a notch so he can save himself for the playoffs. And his numbers aren't as good as they are in the playoffs either. So it's interesting because LeBron, well, yes, he's a great player, but I think the Cavs team is really great right now. It couldn't be better. He has the perfect fits, all the right fits in all the right places, and they're going to win 60 games at least next year, I think, and he's going to be putting up a monster stat line. I think he's going to take the trophy. What do y'all think? Leave your comments down below on who y'all think are going to win MVP. Also, comment suggestions for me down below as well. Like this video, subscribe for more of these type videos, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.